Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yo, bro, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
My bad.
It's
Sorry,
all
man.
good. It's all good. It's all good.
I don't know how to use this stuff. Honestly.
This ain't really the
Bro,
normal settings anyway, to be honest.
bro, do you get it? Like,
It's a
bro,
face-to-face thing normally.
literally, bro. Who you telling me, though?
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. I can't complain still. I'm just happy that you finally released some good body of work, and it's been amazing. It's been incredible just to see you and receive, and just to see how open you've been on this, bro. Like, it's
Yeah,
incredible to it's normally when you hear an artist, yeah, especially someone that's like, developing their roots and just, building their way up, building their name, you don't hear them be as open. But you was just
yeah.
like, this is me, this is where I'm at right now in my life, or where I've been at.
Yeah.
I'm a open you and give you a window up into to my world. And how does that kind
Mm.
of make you feel to see how people have been open and receptive to have how open you've been on your music?
You know what? For me, one thing is I don't really know any other way of like creating music, and like that's always been how I came up. So it weren't nothing new in that sense,
Mm.
innit? Like I've always been like putting stuff out that are a bit like beyond the surface kind of thing. But obviously I've never done it to this extent of like a full body of work. Normally it's like one song at a time and I'm
Yeah,
only
yeah,
covering like
yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit. You get me in it? But like a full body of work, like bro, but like I can't even say between me and you because this is an interview, isn't it? But like,
But it is between me and you. I hear
but
you.
bro, between me and you, bro, I think men's only listened to the EP maybe once since it's come out, and that's
Wow.
just because now I know like every time I listen to a song, I'm thinking, oh, like everyone's hearing what I'm saying and this, everyone, and then I start to pick apart my words too much, and I start to think, oh, was that rightly phrased and stuff like that? Do you get what I'm saying in it? So like my whole thing is like as soon as I put music out, I detach from it and it's no longer mine, it's the world. So
Yeah.
like I just leave it to everyone else
I hear
kind of
you.
thing.
Let it marinate in the world and let the people take it in.
Yeah.
There's a bar that you said it just like me that I was like, swear he said this line, and it was like, find a new woman, my version of closer. And I was like, bro, do you
Yeah.
understand what you just said right now? Because to the men that listen to this, they hear you. They hear you when you say that line. Like it's such a it's such a thing amongst men that we know that we share, but you shared that open to everyone else to let them know that this is something
Yeah.
that
Do
we
you know
quite
it is
kind of
like
do regularly. Yeah.
100%. Like a lot of this tape weren't just like I wanted to be a voice for like a youth experience and,
Mm.
and stuff like relationships and stuff. Because I know like majority of especially like UK rappers kind of have an approach on making girl songs,
Yeah.
etc., etc. And like it's not a bad thing because everyone's themselves in it, but like I know like vulnerability ain't that or transparency ain't that
Mm-hmm.
popular kind of thing in it amongst artists and stuff. So I wanted to kind of delve into certain reasonings and certain methods that you have kind of thing in it. So do you know what's been the most surprising thing for me
What?
is like I thought, man's making the girl songs for the girls and like the rap songs for the youth kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's the other way around, like when I'm asking everyone's favorite songs and that, girls are telling me songs like Doggy and Scared of Getting Old,
Yeah.
and like youths are telling me, oh, like Steffo Alpha and that Steffo just like me.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like these are real gun youths.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I thought you like that one, but in my head I'm thinking, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Bro,
Nah, it's
it's
sick.
not.
It's sick that you touch on that, because I feel like it's something, again, a lot of us men do, but there's also a level of maturity that I wanted to touch on that you've touched on as well. in terms of when you're displaying or your storytelling. And there's another sense that I get from you is where there's a sense where you finally are happy to make legit money. And do you somehow feel like the weight's been lifted off your shoulders now that you can finally do that?
100%, bro. Like, do you know, it is the one thing I wanted to make abundantly clear is like, you can be a rapper on a come up kind of thing and still like just be happy to, like, you don't always just have to refer back to what you used to do kind of thing, innit? Like, you can like bare rappers have like stuff like jobs and stuff, you get me, innit? But no one really documents it and says, oh, like legit blah 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 blah. Like, I don't have a job, but like even when I did, like, said, like, obviously I got fired, but like but even when man was writing the song where man was mentioning it, like at that point, bro, like I'd got myself a job and that.
Yeah.
And I was like, bruv, like, yeah, like I've got to tell the world this, you get me? Like, it's not just about getting it the hard way kind of thing. You can, like, there's peace, like, above everything else, there's peace in legit money. There's more peace in that than you can ask for happiness and, of
course,
and like anything, like anything.
That's what comes with making legit money.
You get me?
Like,
100%, bro.
What comes with making legit money. You know where it's coming from. You know the means of how you made it.
Yeah,
and you're enjoying
you can answer for it.
Yeah, exactly. This is another question that I heard, and it's filtered throughout your music, something that I wanted to kind of bring to your attention. And it was like, how did you stop yourself from letting the pressures of life distract you and focus solely on your music? Because again, there's one part where you said that there's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. In a way, you kind of get that essence with you in your music, a 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So how did you kind of go about, you know, sort of like instilling discipline in your approach?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How did you go about
do you know what, bro? I can't take credit for this one thing. I was about to sit here and say, like, obviously my mental, bro, like, that's not me, bro. That's literally been like people that have looked or like over me, made sure I stopped doing certain decisions and just like I'm not gonna lie to you, like when I stopped like whatever, innit? Yeah, when I stopped jogging and that, bro, like I hit the brokest I'd ever been, bro. I couldn't afford. I remember like I had to pick between a studio session or like not to do, you know, like sad story kind of thing, but like there was times where man was literally paying £50 for like a studio session, a 2-hour studio session, and then I had to manage like £5 for about the next 3, 4, 5 days for food and stuff. So you get me in it. So it went like, right, it weren't an easy transition, and it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of love from other people, reminders and stuff like you're doing the right thing. Like there's a goal at the end of this thingy, innit? So that's just been like my brother's keeping me grounded. I got like female like best friends and stuff that have always just been there to pattern me up kind of thing whenever I'm going off track. So yeah, that's just my support system, you know.
Yeah, man, love from the community is always, especially when people believe in you. I feel like there's a quote that's saying that obviously it's kind of laziness is kind of like a sin to the people that believe in you, or it's like a slap in the face to the people that believe in you. So you can't afford
100%.
You know what I mean?
1,000%, bro. Literally, man.
You got to go in and you know the reason why you're doing this for. You sampled Lloyd on the chorus from NY with Love. And I like that. Like, I like the switch up. Was that like a conscious choice for you when making that track? Is that something was that the direction that you had when making that track?
I can speak about the process of songs all day. Like, for me, like, that, because I don't listen to the songs as much anymore, that's still one memory that I treasure the most about each song each song we can sit down and have a that one was a late submission. Like I wrote that first verse in New York when I went to go visit family over there. But one, I didn't really have a beat for it, and two, I weren't thinking to put it on the tape anyway. But last minute, literally like probably 4 days before submission, and that there was one song on the tape that I was singing in it, but I mean, man can't actually sing, and like you see me, I look at people's reactions when songs are on, innit? And like I was playing the song and that in the studio because I was trying to do one last little touch up to it, and I just looked at everyone, man, and no one looked like there was some heat in the kitchen, bro. Like everyone was just there to like just be there, kind of thing. Innit? So I said, no, this is coming off the tape. And then literally, I had that beat because I'd found that beat like probably a few months before. I'd bought that beat a few months before, but I didn't know exactly what I was gonna do with it. And like put it on like when I say last minute, I spent about 2 days trying to think of a hook, like because I knew the hook had to be singy, but I knew I couldn't sing as well. And I was literally chilling, playing the first verse over and over again. But as soon as the first verse finished, my girl kept on just singing along like the Lloyd thing, innit? But she was just humming it. But I thought there might be an issue with like clearance or something bad, didn't it? Yeah. So I just kept on like, she weren't even doing it to like hint nothing. It was just a natural inclination.
It was just something that it was in her head at the time, and she wanted to be around you.
And then one time she sang for a bit too long, and it just started to slap. Like I was like, what? And then literally, bro, I said, yeah, no, you might have it. And then that night, I wrote like the hook that like the best hook that I can think of, and like I asked her, like, because she don't sing like professionally or anything in it, like I asked her, like, I beg you, just jump on this.
Oh, what? So it's your missus that's on that?
Wow. Yeah, it's my missus still.
I like that. She did a
studio. Yeah, no, man, she did her thing. Like, she was proper nervous as well and stuff. Because as I said, she had never recorded like that, innit? But yeah, we literally recorded all of that probably. Let me not cap to you. Collectively probably 30 minutes, and that, like my verses, my takes, I did 2 takes, and then she done a few takes for hers, and slap bang. But like, yeah, like
organic, man. Still, the best things are always from organic experiences, man.
Literally, bro. Like,
blank sheet. Blank sheet. I like blank sheet a lot. There's a line that you said that I was like, bro, you're just hitting it with the words here, bro. You said, I pray it's an enemy, not a friend, because I don't want familiarity to be the death of me.
Yeah.
When you said that, in my mind, automatically, I'm thinking, what's he going through in that time for him to say it's such a cliche line coming from where we come from, but it's a prominent verse. Like, it's that real, it could actually happen.
No,
so
1,000%.
You know what I mean? In those times when you were saying something like that, was you telling someone else's story, or was that from personal experience that could have been a situation?
I remember exactly where I was when I wrote that and why I wrote it, and that something had just tipped me over the edge that day, innit? And it was more, do you know what it is? There was a lot of things that I needed to address coming up to the build up of writing that. But like, weirdly, what tipped me over the edge is it was something music related as well, innit? But I just felt I felt as if for a sec, like people had forgotten that I can actually rap kind of thing, innit? So, yeah, like I just thought, man's got bare stuff to address as well, and on top of that, man's got to prove a point to like to something, innit? And yeah, so I literally just put that together. But yeah, there was a lot of things in that where like the songs like Blank Sheet where it's just rapping throughout. I do them kind of like to just address like their stuff that's going on that I can't really put on a subject matter like that. I just throw bare my problems.
Yeah. Just let me just get this out, just to get this off my chest. Let me just get it out.
Like I'm talking to about 20 people at once, kind of thing, innit? Yeah.
Role model. You said, I don't fear death, I fear my mummy's tears. Now, coming from a black neighborhood, Croydon, coming from just even in the black community, that is so surreal because it's like we as young black men don't want to disappoint our mothers, especially our mothers, because of
100%.
what they've had to endure, what they've had to take on, and just them being a pivotal role in our lives, innit? Is your mom happy with the project? That's what I want to know. Have you played the music?
It, man.
Yeah.
She loves it. Like,
does she understand
like
what this means for you? Like, does she, have you explained it to her?
She's gauging it. She's gauging it. Obviously, like, where, like, majority of, like, stats and stuff she sees are on, they're on YouTube, innit? Yeah. But my YouTube numbers ain't the greatest, but she's not on social media to see, like, the love I'm getting and the acknowledgement or even, like, the stream side of things, innit? So... She literally depends on me just calling her and telling her like, oh, this is happening, that is happening.
Yeah.
I got an interview here, I got an interview there. Do you get it, innit?
Yeah.
So she's gauging it, but like she loves it, man. Like she's my biggest supporter. Like like there's songs on there that I hadn't sent to her because I wanted it to be kind of like a surprise, but she was pestering me for every single song on there.
They get onto us, you know. They know how to get onto us.
So they don't know how to just be a normal fan.
No. They want to know. They're involved. They want to know. They're involved.
They're too involved, bro. So yeah, literally, once she heard the full body of work and that, like, she's mad proud. So she's mad proud.
I'll make this my last question. I think we've done stop about 22 minutes.
It's been 22 minutes already.
I know. This is what happens, bro. Yeah, this is what happens. This is what I said. I hope you ain't had no conversation with no one else on rep because I wanted this to be exclusive for you and for me.
5 minutes deep in, you know.
I know. I wanted this to be exclusive and make sure that we this proper. So obviously, I don't know if you know Scully, but Scully's a big fan of yours as well. And a few other people that I know in the game.
My brother, man.
Yeah, so I've definitely been hearing your name for the grapevine. So that's why when Gabby just like, when Nana just literally just like, yo, would you want to do tech? I was like, yeah, let me listen to his project when he comes out, but 100% like let me take it on board, innit? Because I definitely wanted to feel like, yo, you've been picking up a lot of noise and it's not going unnoticed. And I just feel like all I can say, bro, is just keep up the good work, man. Keep going.
No, thank you, bro, man. Thank you.
It means a lot because we wanna see you just go to the highest of heights and the tops of tops. We understand.
No, 100%, man. I'm gonna give it my all this year and just see where.
Of course. Again, the question. You spoke about the relationship with your dad. When you traveled to NY. How is that like now today? Because I feel like that's quite important. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's that relationship like with you? And has he heard the music?
You know, it's so funny. When you said that question, I literally looked at my phone because I just remembered he did bell me and I ain't belled him back. And I was like,
bruv, that's so...
Nah.
That's crazy.
Bro, flipping now. I need to bell him back.
Yeah. It's a work in progress, isn't it?
It's a working
thing, man. It's a working thing.
I feel as if from like, not to get deep or nothing, innit, but like when no matter who it is, innit, like missing like a childhood kind of holds back with relationships, innit? Like
Of course.
you're never gonna get that same
Yeah, you're never gonna get
bond.
those years
Yeah.
back. It's not gonna
Do you
be
get
that, but
me,
we
innit?
can bond now as men.
Yeah, do you get me? So now it's just kind of like bonding as men. Like I don't have the same kind of approaches that I'd maybe take with my mum, like i.e. like calling her back same day kind of thing.
Yeah.
I kind of treat it I got more like an uncle, if anything, innit?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's not in a disrespectful way, and I'd never come on air and like ever like say he's a bad person or a bad like dad in it car.
Yeah.
Do you get, like, when I actually proper sat down with him, etc., I just realized that I just kind of it's life, innit? Like sometimes, especially being like the firstborn, you just get the luck of the draw sometimes, innit? Like they don't end up being the best father to you. But when I went there, I saw, oh, like you're actually a great dad to your kids. Do you get me, innit? So yeah, like it was just me separating like personal stuff, like things that I take personally, and viewing someone in a different light, like because I'm seeing, like, especially when you get older in like your 20s, and like you see a lot of like your father's stories or your friends' father's stories in your friends now, kind of thing, innit? And like to me, like I'm seeing, all right, cool, not all my brethren are with their mother, their children, kind of thing, innit? And that's just how life goes sometimes. And yeah, so like more than anything, I think the last year, just like meeting them as a man, kind of thing, it's just made me understand rather than anything else, kind of thing. So yeah, no, like our relationship's positive. I got to bell him back, but big up him, big up my stepdad as well. Yeah, because I ain't shouted him out.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. You got me.
It's all good, bro.
I'm dead.
We're coming to the end of the interview anyway, so that's calm, that's blessed. That's all good.
My girl put this up so that the lighting was a bit better.
Yeah, bruv, I'm glad she did that because I could barely see you now, so we're gonna end it on we're gonna end it on there. But yeah, bro, just keep me posted. Any new music, just keep me in the loop now. You've gained a fan, but also a brother as well, family member in this team.
100%, my brother, man.
So
thank you, man. I appreciate this interview as well.